Hi, I'm Nick from Compassionate Self. I wanted to share a little bit today about guilt and shame. So, guilt for me can be divided into two different categories: unhealthy guilt and healthy guilt. So, healthy guilt is where it's more like a feeling of regret. It's where I've done something or said something that has not been in alignment with my values, has not met my needs, has not met the needs of others, and I become aware of that, and there's some sense of regret. Now, what I can do about this is I can be transparent. I can share it with the other person and share what needs of mine weren't met, listen to their needs, and there's a kind of corrective experience, a healing experience, and we can both kind of move on. But when this feeling of guilt remains after even having done that, or when I am feeling guilty in situations that, where I've set really high standards for myself. For example, remembering everybody's name at a party and forgetting somebody's name and feeling guilty about that, or forgetting to do something, and even though it's not in alignment with my values and I would have really enjoyed remembering, I kind of sit in and dwell in this guilt around not having remembered or not being up to the high kind of standard that I expect of myself. So, unhealthy guilt has its foundation in some kind of belief about how I should be, some kind of high standard that I've set for myself. Which means that even in situations where you wouldn't imagine needing to feel regret, you would feel guilty because of forgetting somebody's name or because of not getting a project completed on time. And that feeling doesn't go away even though you've named it to somebody else. It stays in there. It kind of perpetuates itself. And this is sometimes related to things that have happened to us in the past, childhood experiences that are the source of this type of guilt. So with this type of guilt, it's really helpful to do some slightly deeper inner work and to see if you can transform some of these beliefs that are keeping you trapped and in these high expectations of yourself. And then there's shame. So guilt is about really, I have done something wrong. So what I've done is wrong. This is the belief behind guilt, especially unhealthy guilt. What I've done is wrong. Healthy guilt would be more like what I've done, I regret having done. And I would have enjoyed doing it differently. And these are my needs and these are your needs. And I would like to have done that differently. And I mourn that it didn't go the way I was hoping. Whereas shame is I am fundamentally wrong. So shame lies even deeper in the system and is a strong belief about there's something wrong with me, there's something fundamentally flawed about me. Now, shame is not something that we can just overcome through dialogue or through sharing about it. It really, really needs some deeper work, some inner transformational work to uncover which parts of you, which parts of me took on this experience of shame. And most of us will take on these beliefs around shame at a young age. So mostly it's related to something that happened in our childhood. Yeah, so this is a little bit more complex to become free from, and yet it is possible to work with shame, to listen to the parts of you that are carrying this shame, and to support the transformation from these beliefs about I am fundamentally wrong, there's something fundamentally wrong with me, to much more self-acceptance, to much more having the experience that I'm okay as I am. And this brings a lot of relief, a lot of space, and also a lot of new energy. In the work that I do one-on-one with people and in workshops, I'm surprised to see that even some of the most apparently self-confident people who seem to thrive in social situations, who seem to be the first to speak up when there's an invitation to speak, are also carrying shame, that somehow these are protective strategies. So this confidence, this outgoingness, this willingness to speak up can sometimes be a mask for the shame that's underneath. So it is not only shy and timid people who are holding back from engagement who are carrying shame, but many different types of characters of people. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that it was helpful. And yeah, leave a comment, or if you have any questions, then you can mail me on nick@compassionate-self.com.